So come on in, take a sip, and let's wind down. It's a Friday, and that's a great day of the week for most people. If you have to work over the weekend, es tut me leid, lo siento, disculpe, je suis désolé. But hopefully you get like a Monday and a Tuesday off, and that's pretty good days to have off too. So regardless, it's Friday. Let's jump into our grid here. But first, let's talk about this bottle that I just picked up downstairs at Delicados. This is a 2019 Graf von Kageneck, which literally means the Count of Kageneck. And this is a Cuvée Noir Zhouqin. And this is a very interesting bottle design, and I love the fact that it's just a Cuvée Noir Zhouqin, right? A Rot Wein. So on the nose, it is a fruity bowl of cassis and some blueberry. A touch of vanilla, but interestingly enough, no leather, no oak, no chocolate on the palate. This is somewhere right in between bold and light. I can read keys through it, but it's very faint because it's such a dark red. I would say that it's kind of middle of the road when it comes to smooth versus tannic, but the acids are high, and it is a very dry wine, which makes me very happy. Very red, slight tinges of purple kind of glimmering here and there in the shimmers with a nice platinum halo. It's a wonderful wine. But the absence of all the tannins makes this more suitable for a lot of different things, right? So a venison and veal come to mind, along with steak, but even burgers and pizza. This is a fantastic wine. I give it a 3.8, to be honest with you. And it's at about a 60 degree Fahrenheit. So probably 15 degrees centigrade for temperature, and it's a fantastic temp for drinking. I wonder what a little bit of time would do for the finish, but it couldn't be much milder. Couldn't be much of a better finish at that. So, bravo, brava, wonderful. What a way to wind down on a Friday. We almost had scotch today. It was that kind of day, but it's going to be okay. Back's still sore. I just got 2 vaccinations, one for COVID and one for pneumonia. And I hear that I might be sick over the weekend, so if you don't see me, you'll know that I have a case of man flu and I'm in bed crying like a little boy. With that said, let's hop into our grid, and we have a Zhouqin Burnikel construction today, edited by Will Shorts. Friday, March 28th. Let's hop into this thing and see what we got going today. So, a poke bowl condiment. Wow, we gotta have a lot of stuff in that poke bowl. So let's see, Nashville to Memphis direction. Oh, well, that would make no sense to you. Let me try to do it in the reverse. So if I was leaving Nashville, I'd have to go down, over and down to Memphis. Used to drive through that range neck of the woods all the time, especially when I was stationed at Fort Knox, Kentucky. So I think we're looking at the first time I've seen this in a grid in a very long time. I think we're talking about west, southwest. I think, unless my map skills are bad, which would be bad as I was once a cavalryman. Component of an exfoliator often, oh wow, God, I don't know. The crack of dawn. Could be sun up. Let me see if I can get something going here. So we get a poke bowl condiment, probably a wasabi something. Sort whose business is going way down. Be easily victorious. Probably going to be win something, and probably win by. All right, here we go. And word often followed by a date, and I guess maybe do. And that tells me that this component of an exfoliator is probably an acid. And to be honest with you, I was thinking grit. I don't even know why. Like, as if, you know, it had something to do with sandpaper or something, but I don't use them, so I don't know. I think I can put in wasabi, at least, to see what we've got going here. So, oh, brothers, where art thou? Looks like we could have Abby's. And what do we got here? 3 in Chinese. I think that's sun. Genre for only 2 Song of the Year winners in Grammy history. And this is actually a shame to me. There are a lot of rap songs that I think are fabulous. Ceremonial piles, maybe pyres. And our love become a funeral pyre. Oh, yeah? Really? Really, John? Really? Did you really, John? For a formal turn down from the fearful. Oh, I dare not. I said me never. Here, hold my beer becomes in reality. Here, well, hold my wine. I'll give it a shot. Sound relative could be a bay. So I guess we've got sort whose business is going way down. Could be a scuba diver. Would have never guessed that in a million years. Traditional wearers of black and white face paint. And I guess we're shooting for mimes here. So how about win by a mile? That's a pretty good way to win if you're going to be winning. So looks like we got wasabi mayo. We got to do our check though. So mimes, avia, the running shoes, big whoop could be a yo. And menacing words. How about or else? Lame-o. Sink one's teeth into? Question mark, huh? Nonsense word akin to blah, yada yada. I don't know what that is. Let's see. Water from a sippy cup. Oh, I have no idea. Story of a lifetime. How about an obit? Like the 314th digit of pi would be odd. Roaring 20s look. Feeling pretty good about odd, so I'm not going to go with the zoot thing or anything else. I'm going to go with the Art Deco. One's wise on Weizenbox, perhaps. Word with 6 or C. How about deep? Stats for pitchers or race car drivers, going with top speeds here. Certain touchdowns, scorers. So, Weizenbox or beers. I think we can put at least beer in there. And maybe so running backs. Yeah, and let's see, cooler cousin could be an ice bucket. And there we go. So one's wise on Weizenbox, perhaps, maybe beer snobs. I've never been accused of that. Well, actually I was. I only drink Stella Artois and St. Pauli Girl, sometimes Beck's when I was in college. And sometimes people thought that that was snobbish because it wasn't Miller Lite, right? Or Bud Light or Coors Light or whatever the thing was. Zima for some back then, the Alcopop, I think is what we called them. Out in a way, maybe a bed? Water from a sippy cup. Stopped dreaming, maybe awoke. Workers' performance that informs the colony of a nearby nectar source. How about a bee dance? And so maybe water from a sippy cup is wah-wah. That got me a little hemmed up. I'm not used to having the answer to a clue be in any way, shape, or form closely spelled to or having some of the same properties, but that's my issue, right? Not the grids. So food specialty that might be topped with Creole mustard. We got this P-O here. So how about a po' boy? As Razoo's always put it, the white trash king, you know, po' boy with a meatloaf sandwich. A meatloaf po' boy was the white trash king. Checked out could be eyed. Strong ties could be bonds. Are they valent or covalent? Junk, say. Okay. Skincare product applied with a cotton pad. How about toner? Witch hazel, the original toner. Like Lord Byron's She Walks in Beauty. And this is actually a romantic poem. I know. Apple variety could be a Mac. Daybreak. Append, maybe add on, and tells me this is a nap. Country with 14,125 islands and only 260 inhabited. Sounds like I have a place to move. Japan. Japan. Rental at a beach club. I'm surely we're probably going for a cabana here. And show of respect. Well, as they do in Japan, I'm going to go with a bow. Brings together, could be weds. Spanish, uncle, question mark. Okay, uncle. Okay, uncle, right? How about no mas? Clever. Let's see. Well, gosh, I don't know how that's going to be in hot when I've got, that would be an H-O-T. Doesn't seem to make such much sense. So I'm just going to go with soy here, considering the vowels and the consonants that are next to the S-O and Y. So Nolan Ryan had 7 of them in his career, and I guess these would be no-hit games. Like good gossip could be juicy. Cheer from a football fan. How about go? I'm going to go ahead and stop it right there. Zionism and Islamism, or sects of Shia. Sarcastic response to a rude comment. Oh, I say this all the time. Nice. Stay classy. Top story. Maybe could be a loft. Spanish for amateur is an aficionado. So blank blue, that'd be Selsun blue, the dandruff shampoo. Sounds like a very 80s shampoo, doesn't it? Entertainment centers, maybe arenas. So is junk. Oh, a junk. Okay, got it, a boat. All right, me being dense today. Get-togethers arranged by parents. Oh, we got 9 letters. I'm going to go with play dates. And then quickly check myself because I am not at all convinced that that is the case. So let's see. Locales of small ports. Maybe PCs. Hiding place could be a lair. A lair. Hybrid team sport that uses kayaks. What are they dreaming up in Aspen these days? No idea. Append. Okay, let's see. Anything else? Many a divorcee. How about a single mom or dad? Let's figure out if this is a D or an M. So not so light reading. I'm going to go with a tome. And by that M, we know that we have a single mom. And North Carolina college town. Alone. Carbon compound suffix be in. Some people. Oh. So I guess this is canoe polo. So, okay. I've never heard of it before, but yeah, I'd probably play. Chess beater and 8, got it. San Diego County beach town with a racetrack. How about Del Mar? Short day soon after the winter solstice, question mark. How about Xmas? People have a variety of positions on these. Could be yoga mats. Bundle in an office could be a ream, and append could be to annex. And how did we do, Bob? Fabulous grid. This was very clever. It had a nice chipper gait to it. It was a nice little canter. It wasn't a rollover by any stretch. This could have been very challenging in some ways, and Lord knows there were several that I had to check immediately with this one, but it was a great grid. I have no complaints whatsoever about this one. In fact, Zhouqin, Burnikel, job well done. Kudos. Very well done. What a delightful Friday puzzle. And if it's any indication of what Saturday is going to bring for us, which they never really are, but what if they were? Then I'd say we have a pretty challenging tomorrow to look forward to, right? Let's bring down our Bannière d'Adieu. And I just wanted to say thank you to everyone for liking and subscribing. I really appreciate the subscribes. And thank you for sending me notes and letting me know, like, if you're a new sub and where you're from. We've got a brand new friend here, a friend of the community. His name's John. He's coming in from from, as the French would say, Schottland. And I think it's really fabulous. I love seeing, the flags, everything from around the world, all the different languages and the cultures and everything. It just really makes my day. There's nothing quite as beautiful as that. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And so if you want to support the channel, please do consider liking and subscribing and or becoming a super solver. We're having our first event here pretty soon. And as always, if you'll send me your address via email or by post, if you want to make the long way around, I will shoot you a decal of the show. In fact, I have one right here. It just says, how do we do, Bob? And you can show your wind down pride. We'd love that. Till we see you tomorrow, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Servus. Grüß Gott. Ciao. Cin-Cin. Be well out there. And until we see you on the morrow, be especially nice to the person behind you in line. Cheers.